So, as a Nigerian who just relocated to the UK, there's something I want to say. I didn't plan to make this particular video today, but you already know I'm actually making like one video every day for the next 30 days, of course, for the rest of December, because I'm trying to get good with the camera. Usually, I'm always writing, and I understand the need to like come out of my shell. I'm very shy with the camera, but I need to come out of my shell so I can be able to like do video content, because I understand the need for video content, especially in a generation where people prefer like watching videos compared to let's say reading lengthy articles. And also, yeah, I didn't make the plan to talk about this topic today, but then I was just chatting with a friend, and then it kind of distorted my thought process, this thing I'm about to talk about right now. So I just felt, okay, let me just talk about it as a topic, since it's more like a freestyling thing. Talk about anything I want to talk about. I'm not trying to go viral right now, and I'm just trying to get good with the camera and like work on my confidence with the camera as well. So this is it. So my friend sent a voice note about somebody who was complaining about Nigeria, talking about how like a chicken, a full, like a grown chicken, a mature broiler, is costing about 30,000 naira. Then I was like, what? Well, I really don't think it can get to that point. But then he sent a message to prove that, yeah, in fact somewhere else is actually 35,000. And I was like, man, in my village it can't be this amount. And I had to ask a friend of mine, and she told me it's about 10,000, but if you want to get a really big one, it's 15,000 naira. But then it's not really about, like, this video is not about the price of a chicken. The point of this video is about something I've noticed even when I was still in Nigeria. We complained so much about Nigeria, and I understand that, yes, things are not perfect, but things are not perfect any part of the world, even here in the UK. I just relocated here, and about, let's say, weeks ago or so, I was looking out on YouTube, and I saw somebody talking about like leaving the UK because the UK is full of shit, like it's a messy place. And then this guy was talking about relocating elsewhere, because the UK is like, it's full of shit. And then somebody else in Nigeria, or probably any other place in Africa, is also struggling, or anywhere in the world actually, struggling to come to the UK where somebody else is complaining about. And you see, when I relocated, I remember somebody making a comment and saying that, oh yeah, I finally relocated, my life is better right now. And I'm like, what? My life is really better? Matter of fact, and like my presence in the UK, for me, I look at it as a point of like adventure, seeing what is on the other side. When I came in initially, each time I look around, I'll be like, oh yeah, but actually, to me, everything seemed really ordinary. It seemed really, really ordinary, because, you know, the way people are like, oh, UK, you'd feel it's so special, like it's so, yes, I'm not going to doubt the fact that, okay, I'm glad we have electricity all the time, we don't have power outage, we have water, but I had all these things in my village. Yes, I didn't have electricity all the time. In fact, we had more electricity in the villages, like in my village particularly, compared to the big city where I was working after I quit my job and came back to be with my parents in the village. Yeah, a lot of people will have said that, yeah, I'm a loser, came back to come and stay with my parents, blah blah blah. But I really didn't care at the moment. I did not care. And even till today, if I was still back in Nigeria, I wouldn't care. And matter of fact, when I went back to my village, I really got to love how peaceful life felt like. If not for the fact that, yeah, I'm somebody who likes to grow, I'm somebody who likes to like build connections to people everywhere around the world, I would even have no need for social media at all. But then here I am, of course, I'm trying to grow, and you know, this human need to want to like grow and evolve, it's there in me, I'm not going to deny that. So that's why I'm online. Of course, it helps you connect to people from different parts of the world, but rather than that, I'll have no need for social media, in all honesty. So while I was in my village, I remember farming, because, you know, I had never gotten involved with farming because I'd always felt like, prior to the time when I was brainwashed, I'd always felt like farming was a thing for low lives. It wasn't a thing for modern people like me and all. I was with my friends who came from big cities, and I wanted to also like roll with them, be like them. I didn't want to just have my authenticity as a person until I got that authenticity back as a person. And that was when I got to realize that I really loved my village. My village is like where exactly I stay. It's very quiet. We have hills around. I love waking up every day to look at the hill from my window. Like, it's a very serene environment. The only noise I get to hear there is the noise of birds. Like, there are different types of birds. They come almost every morning to make so much sound, like they are singing, and I love it. It's so serene. It's so quiet. Some of my neighbors have round huts, but I just love the serenity of everything. I love the simplicity of life. I love the fact that I'm able to plant something, and when I harvested my potatoes, I was so excited because I was like, oh, so I can actually plant something that I can eat. If I was still in Nigeria, I still would probably be farming like more like big time right now. So I look at Nigeria as a very rich place, but yeah, I understand we all have different, like, how will I put it, we think differently, but I look at Nigeria as a place where it's rich. The lands are very fertile. You can farm so many things. You can farm what you want to eat, but then of course we are still there with, I don't know whether it's the Western mentality, but even in the West people farm. I don't know where people got the will I say the ideology that farming is something that low lives do, and not people that are like quite modern. Maybe I'm not even modern after all. Maybe I'm still like an old school person, and I really don't care. I don't care about being an old-fashioned person at all. All I'm more interested in is my well-being. I want to feel inner peace. I want to be happy on the inside, regardless of what the world thinks. And I think that people who are in Nigeria and are crying every day and thinking, oh, it's so rosy abroad, there are so many, like, there are pros and cons. There are so many people who are out here in the UK and they are miserable, I can tell you. There are so many people who are even depressed, and you would feel that these things don't exist outside Nigeria. They exist. They exist. And the way the world is right now, like the digital world as it stands right now, where you can do anything, you can be anything you want to be from any part of the world. I don't even think that location should restrict anybody as it stands right now. You can be anything you want to be. You can earn money from any part of the world you are from, except you are not just willing to put in the work, because the truth is that every prize comes with a price, like a cost. If you want to be able to earn money outside where you are, you need to put in the work, and it's not easy. It comes with a lot of sacrifice. You need to stop, like, sacrifice the time you would have to discuss with people who are probably always complaining, because almost everybody around is always complaining. So you may have to sacrifice that time. It may even cost you your friends. You may need to, like, quit hanging around your friends. It may even cost you some of your family members. You may have to stop hanging around with some of these family members, because yeah, it's like a cost. It's a price to pay. Why? Because you don't want to be around people who are weakening your spirit. Sorry, I'm talking too fast, right? Let me just continue. Yeah, so you don't want to be around people who are weakening your spirit. You don't want to be around people who bring a lot of negativity around, who are not talking about things that can help you grow as a person. You don't want to be around those kind of people. So if it means hanging around less of the time, or I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but if it means hanging around with them few times, cool. But if you're off them completely, it's much better. Even on social media platforms, there are social media channels where you can follow, and a lot of things are going on there. Growth is going on there. We're not talking about just celebrity gossip every day, what's happening in this person's life, argue with people you don't even know, and expending a lot of like negative energy in these arguments. It comes with a lot of sacrifice. It comes with a lot of bringing yourself out of your comfort zone. Look at me talking on camera right now, and to me, before I would actually be sweating before I'm doing all of this, but this is me coming out of my comfort zone, because I'm here in the UK and nobody's paying me money from staying at home. Nobody's paying me money because I have a baby right now and I have a lot to do, so they're like sending money to my account. None of this is going on. So I'm here pushing myself because I want to grow, and I'm here spending time on social media channels where they're talking about growth. So I think that let's say happiness, or I wouldn't say happiness, will I say well-being, growth, it doesn't have to do with a location. So you don't have to feel miserable that, oh, I'm not out there in the UK, or I'm not abroad, I'm in Nigeria, I'm somewhere in Africa, and the whole world is like, it's not. It is not. I think there's so much beauty in the simplicity of life, but if you're able to come out of your shell, or come out of that cage where they told you that if you're not doing things like the, will I say, what's the tush way, or if you're not eating like them pizza, you won't find pizza in the village and all of that. These things are even the things that are killing people. Do you know how many people, I don't know the exact statistics, but I'm going to check that out and of course share it with you in one of my videos. Do you know how many people die of heart problems here in the UK? Do you know how many people I walk into and they are so obese? Like, I've never seen people that obese in Africa. I've never seen people. I'm sorry if I'm like, how will I put it, if I'm touching some sensitive points, but it's the truth. The people are eating food that is really not healthy at all, and it's this food is in like abundance. It's even very cheap. If you want to eat quite healthy here, it's quite like, I wouldn't say expensive, but it costs more money than it would if you wanted to buy junk or them McDonald's and all of that. You don't know what is in this food, but there in Africa, you know what you're planting. You know that you're planting something that's organic. You're able to eat these things, and it's beautiful. For me, it's beautiful, and for me, it's simple. And I think that's really like, it's a lot for me. But why am I abroad, you may want to ask, but that should be the topic for another video. So thank you so much for watching, and if you would like to grow with me, of course I can influence you. You can give me your contributions as well about what you think about my views and all, and I would appreciate it. I'm very open-minded about whatever you think it is, and I'm saying you don't agree with and all of that, but that's fine. So thank you so much for watching, and that's that for today. This is my, I think I've actually lost count, but I can like write it down about the videos I say I'm going to be talking, like I'm going to be posting consistently every day on YouTube. So that's that for today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Today is a rant, but it's just more of saying a piece of my mind. So I'm going to continue my cooking right now, and see you guys. Bye.